Have you ever paused to think about how much vibrant, active life you truly have ahead once you cross that 70-year mark? It's a stage of life where, every year, every moment, it really feels precious. And here's the surprising part. Your body is likely already sending you clear signals about that future, maybe long before you consciously notice them. We've all observed it, haven't we? Some folks in their 70s and beyond just radiate health. They stay sharp, engaged, full of energy. Others, while seemingly the same age, find themselves getting weighed down. Fatigue, health struggles, just a general slowing down. Makes you wonder, what's the real difference there? Often it's not about, big medical diagnoses. It's more a series of subtle but actually incredibly powerful indicators, kind of hinting at the path your longevity might take. So, in this deep dive, our mission is really to peel back the layers. We want to unpack 7 very specific signs. These aren't like old wives' tales or just wishful thinking. They're indicators that research and doctors consistently see in people who live long, healthy lives. Think of it as maybe a shortcut to understanding your body's silent language.
Exactly. And this isn't just about, spotting these signs in yourself or maybe someone you know. Our core mission here is really to empower you with knowledge to understand the why behind them. And more importantly, what you can actually do. It's about recognizing where you stand right now and using that insight to maximize your chances, adding not just years, but really quality years to your life.
Okay, let's kick things off then. The first indicator seems almost too simple, but it's surprisingly profound. Just your walking speed. You might think, oh, it's just about my legs, but it's telling you much more, right?
It's a fantastic place to start, actually, because it really goes far beyond just physical fitness. A consistent, brisk walking pace in your 70s, that's not just about strong leg muscles, no. It's a profound demonstration of what we call neuromuscular efficiency. So your brain and muscles are talking well. And it reflects robust vascular health, too, making sure oxygen nutrients get everywhere, including your brain, which is absolutely key for, keeping cognitive function sharp. It's like a full-body health report in motion.
Right. Okay, to make this real, picture 2 people, maybe Joe and Frank, both 75. Joe still walks his neighborhood every morning, steady, confident stride, takes stairs fine, crosses streets easily. His movements seem fluid, almost effortless. Then there's Frank. He used to be pretty active, but lately his pace has really slowed down. More of a shuffle, maybe takes breaks, seems a bit unsteady sometimes.
Yeah, and while Joe's pace suggests his body's systems are, well, working in harmony, Frank's slowing speed, that's a genuine red flag. It's not just getting old. It can signal deeper things, maybe developing sarcopenia, that's age-related muscle loss, or maybe poor circulation, which impacts his balance, his endurance. His legs are literally the foundation, And when that weakens, so does overall resilience, maybe even lifespan.
Okay, but here's the good news then. If you've noticed your own pace slowing down, this is something you can definitely improve. Small, consistent efforts can really make a difference, like just adding more brisk walks. Or maybe light weights, ankle weights, simple leg exercises like chair squats.
Absolutely. So take a moment, maybe observe yourself next time you're out. How fast are you moving through life? Because how quickly you move, quite literally, tells you a lot about how long you might keep moving with vitality.
Okay, so from how your body moves through space, let's zero in on something different. The strength of your handshake. Seems minor, maybe. But that simple grip could be telling you more than you think.
It's fascinating, actually, how much this simple action reveals. Research consistently shows grip strength is one of the clearest, most accessible indicators of overall vitality in older adults. A firm, steady grip. It's not just polite. It suggests good muscle mass, throughout the body, good nerve function, efficient circulation. On the flip side, a weak grip, or one that's declining quickly, that's often an early warning sign. Escalating frailty, maybe widespread muscle loss, even higher risk for various health issues. It's kind of a proxy for how well your body's maintaining muscle overall.
Okay, think about Robert. Maybe 78. Always had a firm handshake. He does some light strength training. Opening jars, carrying groceries, no problem. Contrast that with Walter, also 78. He kind of shrugs off struggling with bottle caps or heavy bags. Just says, oh, I'm just getting old.
Right, but what Walter might be overlooking is that his declining grip isn't benign. It's a clear signal of progressive sarcopenia, that real, often preventable muscle loss. And this makes him much more susceptible to falls, which, as we know, are a huge cause of disability and, frankly, reduced longevity in older adults. Your hands really are a mirror. If the grip's weakening, it's a strong sign muscle mass is decreasing everywhere.
So what can you do? If your grip isn't what it used to be, The good news is you can absolutely rebuild it, really.
Definitely. Simple, consistent exercises. Squeezing a tennis ball, using one of those hand grippers, even just carrying light weights during your day, it sends a powerful signal to your whole muscular system.
Okay.
So I challenge you listening. Test your own grip. How does it feel? If shaking hands feels weaker, or if opening that jar is getting harder, don't just dismiss it. Because how well you hold on to things today, well, it might predict how well you hold on to life itself down the road.
Wow, okay. Our third sign, something we often totally take for granted until it starts to wobble, literally. Balance. Your ability to stand on one leg. Seems simple, but it's a powerful predictor.
Oh, it's incredibly critical. And the research here is pretty stark, actually. Studies consistently show folks who struggle with balance aren't just more prone to falls and injuries, which can be devastating. They also show a higher risk of cognitive decline. Why? Well, good balance isn't just about strong legs. It's a really sophisticated interplay. Your vision, your inner ear sense of motion, the vestibular system, and your body's awareness of where it is in space that's proprioception. It needs a sharp nervous system, a healthy, responsive brain.
Okay, let's picture two women again. Carol and Nancy, early 70s. Carol's active, walks, does some yoga maybe. She can easily lift one foot, hold it 10 seconds, no problem, no wobble. Nancy, though, hasn't focused on balance much. Tries to stand on one leg, immediately starts to teeter, needs to grab onto something.
Yeah, and Nancy's struggle isn't just, an inconvenience. It's a real warning sign. It indicates a decline in coordination, muscle strength, maybe even early changes in brain function. If you find yourself stumbling more, feeling unsteady when you turn quickly, needing to hold onto walls, your body's giving you crucial feedback. Don't ignore it.
But the really empowering part here, again, is that balance is highly trainable. You can improve it. Simple things in your daily routine. Stand on one foot brushing your teeth. Walk heel to toe across the room. Maybe try some gentle Tai Chi.
Absolutely. Every little bit builds that stability. So here's a quick test for you right now listening. Can you stand up, lift one foot, hold it for 10 seconds without, major wobbling? If you can't, okay, don't panic. But please don't ignore it either. The more you work on balance today, the steadier, more confident, and ultimately healthier you'll be for years to come.
Okay, let's pivot now to something really foundational, maybe the most fundamental repair mechanism we have. Sleep. Your sleeping patterns. It's way more than just resting, isn't it? It's when your body does its critical maintenance.
Absolutely fundamental. Sleep is when your body systematically repairs cellular damage. It powerfully strengthens your immune system. And critically, it activates the glymphatic system. That's your brain's unique waste clearance system. Think of it like the brain's plumbing. Most active during deep sleep, flushing out metabolic junk, like amyloid beta, which is linked to cognitive decline. So people over 70 who maintain consistent, high-quality sleep, they tend to live longer, healthier, cognitively sharper lives. Conversely, chronic poor sleep, that significantly bumps up the risk. Memory decline, heart disease, diabetes, weakened immunity.
Okay, consider Henry and Bill again, mid-70s. Henry has this really consistent sleep routine, easily gets 7-8 hours of deep, refreshing sleep, wakes up feeling genuinely revitalized. Bill, on the other hand, describes his nights as just a constant struggle, tossing, turning, waking up multiple times, hard to fall back asleep.
Right. And over time, Henry's restorative sleep supports his brain function, sharpens focus, keeps energy steady. Bill's chronic sleep deprivation, though. That leads to persistent brain fog, daytime fatigue, mood issues, even changes in blood pressure, blood sugar. Poor sleep isn't just annoying. It's often linked to deeper things. Chronic stress, diet, lack of activity, maybe even undiagnosed sleep apnea. Your body uses sleep to reset.
So if you're consistently waking up tired, struggling to stay asleep, feeling exhausted even after hours in bed, your body's definitely telling you something important. The good news: sleep quality can be profoundly improved. Simple changes. A consistent bedtime routine, less screen time before bed, maybe an hour or two. Getting natural sunlight in the morning. Avoiding heavy meals late at night. Monumental difference.
Yeah, so tonight, pay really close attention to your sleep. Do you wake up feeling genuinely rested? Or do you struggle through the night? How well you restore yourself each night truly determines how strong, healthy, and vibrant you stay during the day.
Okay, shifting gears. Sign number 5, and one that often surprises people with its predictive power: your appetite and eating habits, especially after 70. This can be one of the strongest indicators of how long you'll really thrive.
It's absolutely fundamental. A healthy, robust appetite plus a balanced, nutrient-dense diet. Crucial for keeping the body strong, immune system resilient, energy levels high. But here's the critical insight. A sudden, unexplained loss of appetite, or a big shift towards poor, inconsistent eating. That's not just preference. It could be a serious red flag signaling underlying health issues. And it can significantly accelerate aging by compromising essential functions.
Let's look at Margaret and Susan, both 74. Margaret genuinely enjoys her meals, savors varied, fresh whole foods, cooks for herself, finds pleasure in eating, maintains a healthy weight, feels energized. Susan, though, has noticed her appetite dwindling, often skips meals, relies on processed snacks, lost weight unintentionally. So she just doesn't feel like eating.
Right. And what Susan maybe doesn't realize is her declining appetite is much more than a minor change. It's a critical signal. Her body might not be absorbing nutrients effectively. That can rapidly lead to muscle weakness, weaker bones, a compromised immune system. Decreased appetite in older adults is often linked to underlying conditions, digestive issues, hormonal changes, even early cognitive decline. When you're not getting enough protein, vitamins, minerals, your body's in a perpetual deficit. It quickly erodes strength, increases vulnerability.
So what can you do if this sounds familiar? Prioritize nutrient-dense whole foods. Focus on quality protein, plenty of fiber, healthy fats, every meal. And critically, don't just dismiss a shrinking appetite. If eating feels like a chore, talk to your doctor. Could be your body urgently telling you something needs attention.
Yeah, ask yourself honestly, are you still enjoying your meals? Getting enough protein, fiber, healthy fats consistently? Your choices and appetite today, they have a direct, powerful impact on how strong, independent, and vital you'll be down the line.
Okay, sign number 6 delves into something universal, but how you handle it, especially after 70, is huge for longevity. How you manage stress.
The impact of chronic stress, we just can't overstate it. It's not just mood or mental state. It physically weakens your immune system, dramatically raises heart disease risk, demonstrably accelerates cellular aging. Long-term, unmanaged stress triggers this cascade of inflammation throughout the body, which we now know is linked to nearly every major age-related disease: Alzheimer's, cognitive decline, heart conditions, even some cancers. Conversely, people who've developed effective stress management techniques, they consistently report better health, greater mental sharpness, a longer, more active life.
Okay, let's look at John and Richard, both 76. John faces life's challenges, unexpected bills, minor health scares, family stuff, but he has this calm, adaptive approach. Practices deep breathing, stays connected socially, consciously avoids dwelling on things he can't control. Richard, on the other hand, internalizes stress, worries constantly, gets overwhelmed by minor things, gets stuck in negative thought loops even after problems are resolved.
Exactly. And that sustained physiological response in Richard's body, that constant fight-or-flight mode, it wears him down. Blood pressure stays high, sleep quality is poor, energy levels are perpetually drained. Over time, this chronic stress can even shorten telomeres, those protective caps on our chromosomes, basically accelerating cellular aging at a fundamental level.
So if you often feel tense, irritable, emotionally drained, don't just write it off as part of aging. Actively finding ways to manage stress, mindfulness, exercise, deep breathing, even just making time for laughter and connection can truly add years to your life. And importantly, add life to your years.
Right. When challenges pop up, do you adapt, find solutions, move forward? Or do you hold on to worry, let stress consume you? Your ability to find calm, focus on what you can control. It isn't just good for your mind, it's a critical factor in how long and how vibrantly you live.
And finally, our 7th indicator, maybe the most underestimated one, the sheer strength of your social connections.
Oh, this is truly profound. And the research is incredibly compelling. Study after study shows people with strong, meaningful social ties, friends, family, community, they tend to live significantly longer, healthier lives.
Yeah.
And the contrast, stark. Loneliness is increasingly seen as a public health crisis, linked to higher risks of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, much earlier mortality. Human connection is more than just emotional support. It directly impacts physical health, keeps the brain active, regulates stress hormones like cortisol, promotes beneficial neurochemicals like oxytocin. It affects your biology.
Yeah. To illustrate, think about Eleanor and Barbara, both the 78. Eleanor has a vibrant social life, stays in touch with friends, leads a book club, enjoys time with family, looks forward to it, laughs often, feels she belongs. Barbara, though, spends most time alone, gradually lost touch with friends, has family but rarely reaches out, prefers isolation.
And over time, Barbara's withdrawal, that becomes a clear red flag. Her mood declines, feels more isolated, physical health starts to suffer, often subtly at first. Lack of stimulating interaction contributes to cognitive stagnation, absence of social support, heightens the physical impact of everyday stress.
But the encouraging part, again, is staying connected doesn't mean you need a jam-packed social calendar. Even small, consistent efforts make a huge difference. Reaching out to an old friend with a call, joining a local group, just making a habit of meaningful conversations.
Exactly. It's about quality, really. The relationships you actively nurture today, they don't just bring happiness. They're a vital investment in your long-term health, ensuring you stay not just alive, but truly living, thriving for many years to come.
So, to wrap up this deep dive, then, we've looked at 7 powerful, often overlooked signs that reveal a surprising amount about your potential longevity: your walking speed, grip strength, balance, sleep patterns, appetite and eating habits, how you handle stress, and your social connections.
And the profound takeaway here, what's the bottom line? It's that an overwhelming majority of these factors are largely, maybe even entirely within your sphere of influence. Your future health, your vitality.
Yeah.
It isn't set in stone. The conscious choices, the small, consistent efforts you make today, they can profoundly impact the quality and the length of your years ahead.
Yeah. If anything we've talked about today resonated, if you recognized areas where maybe you could improve, please don't wait. Don't wait for a doctor's warning or some big wake-up call. Start now, even tiny steps. Take a few more brisk walks. Spend a few minutes strengthening muscles. Commit to a better sleep routine. Reach out to a friend. Try a stress-reducing activity.
We often focus just on adding years to life right now. But how might actively working on these 7 areas not just extend longevity, but fundamentally enrich the quality and vitality of the life you're living right now, regardless of your age? Really think about that.
So, we invite you to reflect. What particular insight stood out most to you from this deep dive? And maybe what's one tangible change you could integrate into your life starting today to invest in your own vibrant future?